After a slow start to the homestand, the Athletics have put together a nice little 5-game win streak, much to the delight of the East Bay faithful. The long ball has helped pave the way for the green and gold, but the starters have stepped up their game, and the bullpen has held its ground, making this 5-game win streak an all-around team effort. Today, the A's go for the rare 4-game sweep behind the arm of Andrew Triggs. Triggs has not given up an earned run so far in 2017, which makes him the perfect candidate to complete the sweep, finish the homestand. It's the A's and the Mariners coming up next. It is a sunny, breezy afternoon on a Sunday here at the Coliseum. It is also Little League Day, so a fun day all around. Lots of Little Leaguers will be in the ballpark watching the game today as the A's go for the 4-game sweep. It's the Oakland A's and the Seattle Mariners on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball, along with Ray Fosse. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, on Monday night, the A's lost 7-0 to the Rangers. It was cold. It was miserable. The A's only got 3 hits. It was a bad night. And Ray, since then, the A's have not lost a game. They played terrific this week.
And Kuiper, when you win 5 in a row, that means all cylinders are clicking because the A's are hitting, they're pitching. You look at the great numbers for Bob Melvin as they are streaking with 5 in a row. They'll try to win their 4th against the Mariners this weekend, but the hitting has been great. The area of the starting pitchers, and when your starters go 6 innings, as they have been pitching that well, especially this weekend against the Mariners, you're going to win a lot of games, and you're going to have a winning streak. You just want to keep relying on everything that's gone on and done well so far and try to continue today and in this next road trip.
Now, speaking of starting pitching, Andrew Triggs today, 3 starts, 3 wins, and well, all his stuff is just a little tighter. Just a little bit more crisp than it was last year.
You know, it's amazing. In his first start against the Angels, he struggled a little bit early, but after that, he's settled down. He's done extremely well, not only against the Angels, he's changing his direction on his breaking ball. He's dropping down. He's throwing it in the dirt. He's getting the hitters to chase. He did it in Kansas City, and especially against the lefties. Moustakas there, and then the right-hander Kane going away from him, and of course against the Rangers in his last start. He's done a tremendous job every time he's taken them out, but I think he's getting better and better in the rotation. The A's know they can make a change, do whatever, but right now he's pitching extremely well as a starting pitcher. And
the Seattle Mariners will send the veteran right-hander Giovanni Gallardo to the mound. Gallardo is looking for his first win of the year, and the A's are looking for the 4-game sweep of the Mariners. It's the A's and the Mariners coming up. We'll have lineups and first pitch right after this.
A's baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the new guacamole and bacon chicken sandwich, only at Jack in the Box.
Always a good day when it's Little League Day, and they were out today, heading out to the field with the A's players for the national anthem, and they go to a position, and they hang out with the big leaguers just for a little while anyways.
Dwayne Murphy lost his hat. Dwayne
right.
always lost his hat.
Running too fast. Game time weather for today is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is open. Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hours. Lots of sunshine today, which is nice. 66 degrees. It is cool, and it is very breezy today, so keep that in mind. But it's nice to see blue skies and sunshine. Lineup for the Seattle Mariners today is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and here it is. Gerard Dyson will lead off, followed by Haniger, Cano, Cruz. Vogelback, Dan Vogelback just called up from the minor leagues. Big, strong hitting first baseman. Taylor Motter, Guillermo Heredia, Mike Freeman, and Mike Zunino round out the Seattle Mariners starting lineup.
Andrew Triggs making his fourth start. Well documented. He's been perfect. 3-0. Had one relief appearance against the Mariners last season. This would be his first start, and on a beautiful day, what a fine way to end the homestand and the final game in Oakland in the month of April.
So Triggs kicks and deals the first pitch, and it drops in there at the knees for a strike. So we're underway from the Coliseum.
107.
He's going for the 4-game sweep. Very difficult to do. The A's have played extremely well in this series, and really have just, I wouldn't say the Mariners have played poorly, but the Mariners have not pitched quite as well as the A's have, and that's been the difference.
That has been a huge difference, and well, great numbers that we showed in our open about the A's starters, how they're pitching deep in the games. It gives Bob Melvin, Kurt Young an opportunity to mix and match in the bullpen towards the end. Andrew Triggs facing the lefty right out of the chute, and second pitch, which is a good one after the first pitch strike, then a ball tailing away, and he will throw curveballs down and in to the lefties.
1-2 to Dyson, and he may have swung. No, but it hit him in the foot, and it got him square in the foot, but he also started to swing anyways, and immediately Tom Hallion, the home plate umpire, checked down at third with Mark Ripperger, but that got Dyson pretty good.
And again, we saw this similar yesterday where the hitter goes through. They actually brought his bat back. Might have hit him twice. Might have hit him in the foot, bounced up, hit him in the face. But there's your breaking ball. Unfortunately, too much of a break. Oh, it hit him in the left knee, up in the left knee shin area. So getting ahead with 2 strikes, and then he hit him, and that's, you don't often see a player limping to first base and stay in the game.
So Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Terrific start for Andrew Triggs. Athletics history. Longest season opening streaks with no earned runs. Triggs is on a list, and
Batting in the second position.
see, that's not starters. That's relievers and starters.
That's
right.
Ryan Cook in 2012, of course, he was coming out of the bullpen. Jim Corsi was coming out of the bullpen. But it's been a great start. Triggs has allowed 3 runs this year, all unearned runs. He has beat the Angels, he's beat the Royals, he's beat the Rangers. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, 6 innings, and 6 innings in his 3 starts so far. So we thought Andrew Triggs had a chance to be successful, Ray, but I think he's probably exceeded all of our expectations a little bit.
And perhaps his own.
Because right. Nothing wrong with that.
And really, he's been out of the bullpen. He gets a chance to start, doing a great job, and we'll see what happens in the future when disabled starter is able to come back. One thing we know for sure, Kendall Graveman and Sonny Gray
close
will not be in the bullpen.
No, that's true. First A's pitcher to win each of his first 3 starts in a season. So Tommy Malone did it in 2013. Tommy Malone. There's Tom Hallion, the crew chief, and the gentleman calling balls and strikes today, so he is in charge in more ways than one.
Yes, he is, and he's got a strikeout call. Oh, can't wait.
Runner goes, throw to second base. Not in time. So Dyson, even though he got hit in the knee, takes off and he swipes a bag.
Well, limping to first base might have been a setup, but he's running quite well. Stephen Vogt made the strong throw just a little bit late, and of course the second base umpire, Vic Carapazza, waiting to see if he overslid the bag. Adam Rosales doing a good job keeping the tag, and that's something that we're seeing more and more. And we had what, 71, I don't know how many night games there were turnovers or overturns of plays, but there's one right there that if the runner slides just a little bit, takes his hand off the bag, he'll be called out.
Haniger bunts. It's a good one. Triggs is going to have to hurry. His throw to first is just in time to get Haniger. Dyson goes to third. Haniger was bunting for a base hit, it looked like.
Well, it's a great play by Andrew Triggs, and he did get the runner to third base after Dyson had stolen second. But Andrew Triggs getting off the mound quickly, and you're right, that's a bunt for a base hit. And somewhat of a bare hand pickup and a nice throw to first base to get the out, to get one out. And Andrew is a ground ball pitcher, and that's why the infield's going to come in now, even though Cano, an excellent hitter, regardless of where they position him.
Cano 257, 3 homers, 13 RBIs, and he is 4 for 12 in the series. First pitch in for a strike.
This would be a great time for Tom Haley to show his strike 3 call.
Yeah.
Because that means Andrew Triggs, who again doesn't strike out a lot, he usually put the ball in play, and the A's are hopeful that if Cano does, it's going to be on the ground to one of the infielders. Not often you see the infield play in the first inning with a runner at third, but the time of the type of pitcher Triggs is not surprising.
That one bounced foul down the first base line.
Time now for the Nissan keys to the game, and yes, it's time to get greedy. Something that's very difficult to do, and that is to win 4 consecutive games. The A's will try to do that today, and for Andrew Triggs, if he stays perfect in this situation, then you know he's good. But he has been perfect the first 3 games without allowing an earned run. A couple of unearned runs that he's allowed, but they have not been earned, and that's what he's trying to avoid right now.
Ahead of Cano. 2 pitch, and that's into right field for a base hit. Lowry dove for it, but playing in, you just don't have a whole lot of time to move, and it's going to be a Mariners 1-0 lead here in the first.
That's a good point, Cat, because if he is playing back, the run's going to score anyway. But it was a ground ball. Unfortunately for the A's, it went to the left of Jed Lowry. And we saw Cano and the Mariners when Valdez pitched on Thursday and how they stayed back. And then he settled down and started getting some big outs. But Cano did it very similarly there, staying back. So Dyson hit batter, stolen base to third base, and Mariners with the 1-0 lead.
So first earned run allowed this season in 18 innings. And now he faces Nelson Cruz, who's hitting .258 with 2 homers and 9 RBIs. Cruz 3 for 7 in the series. He has walked 4 times. 1-1 now. The Mariners come in with a 7-12 record. They have lost 4 out of their last 5. And their home record is, or their away record is now 1-9. That's frustrating.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, 1-9, 7-12 overall. They 6-3 home record for the Mariners. Not scoring any runs on the road. 3.2 runs per game in 10 road games. So they'll figure it out at some point.
King Felix not pitching in this series, and he said yesterday he couldn't believe it. Nobody could believe it. A's are happy.
Well, today any 95-mile-per-hour fastball is our fast pitch, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest Wi-Fi at home and on the go. 2-2 the count to Cruz with Vogelbach. Daniel Vogelbach waiting in the on-deck circle. Mariners will be off tomorrow, and then they will continue this road trip. They will be in Detroit Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then in Cleveland over the weekend. So the Mariners on the road for a while. Swing and a miss by Cruz. Trigg strikes him out.
Well, this slider kind of started at Cruz a little bit inside part of the plate, and then broke sharply down and away from him, and tried to go down and get it. Could not. Might have been out of the strike zone, but big strikeout of a powerful hitter, Nelson Cruz. Bad he wasn't hitting before, but Cano is just so hard to strike out anyway, especially left side, and he's going to make contact, and he did and got the run in.
Here's Daniel Vogelbach.
I mean, it's funny, we were talking in our open about the great numbers the A's have offensively and on the pitching side. Conversely, when you're struggling, as the Mariners are on the road, they make a lot of moves, and they have been doing that this weekend as far as players up and down and players not playing.
Fairly well-known player was designated for assignment today, Leonys Martin. Chase DeYoung, who pitched 4 good innings out of the bullpen yesterday, he was sent down, and we've seen teams do that when a guy is not going to be available for a couple of days. Vogelbach brought up, and Chris Heston, who will pitch out of the bullpen, a right-handed pitcher. So that's the moves that were made today by the Seattle Mariners.
I wonder, Kipe, in light of what has happened in Pittsburgh with Marte, if they will be making a call to Martin's agent.
Maybe.
Because he is out there to be, I mean, when you're designated, it's basically you're out there, and in order for him to get his money, he has to go to the minor leagues if he's not picked up.
And we've seen Leonys Martin a lot because he was with the Rangers for a long time. Very good defensive center fielder. I mean he's a difference maker defensively. Last year, 247 batting average offensively. This year really wasn't hit much at all, and he's 29 years old, so I would think he's still a player that would be attractive to somebody, Leonys Martin. But it probably will not be with the Mariners. Two and two to Vogelbach. Just a bit outside. Very close pitch, 3-2.
Well, everything's been outside. He did pull one foul. This one, the breaking ball outside, and tried to nail the outside corner, stayed with it.
Runner goes on 3-2. The ball is flipped toward left field. Joyce is there. He's got it side. Retired. A run for the Mariners. So bottom of the first coming up. 1-0 Seattle. of the first. Here's the A's starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It's Decker, Lowry, Vogt, Healy, Alonso, Plouffe, Joyce, Rosales, Olsen. So Chris Davis getting the day off.
Just the day off, and that's all it is. Fortunately, no injuries there for Giovanni Gallardo. The A's have seen him the last couple of years with the Rangers, with the Orioles, and now with the Mariners, and yet he has not defeated the Athletics once. So 0-5 on the career. He's 0-2 on this season. Not really overpowering. A couple of different fastballs, curveball, slider, and changeup. But the A's have played well and performed well against him. They hope to continue that today. Don't look for too much.
Heredia, Dyson, and Haniger in the outfit for Seattle. Freeman, Mater, Cano, Vogelbach on the infield with Zunino back behind the plate. So Giovanni Gallardo steps to the mound with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first, facing Decker, Lowry, and Vogt. First pitch in there, first strike from the veteran right-hander Gallardo. So Decker at .333 with an RBI, 6 hits, 18 at bats. Getting a chance to play with Rajay Davis still out. Could see Rajay back in the lineup on Tuesday in Anaheim. There's the A's with an off day tomorrow. That'll help a little bit for Rajay, an extra day.
And it's the same for the other Davis, who gets the day off today with the off day tomorrow. Chris Davis will have a couple of days off, assuming he does not come in any way in this game. Nice to have his big bat on the bench as a pinch hitter if necessary.
One and two to Decker. Fastball in a little bit on Decker, and he fouled it back. A's come in with a 10-8 record, playing well, 5 in a row. They're 6-5 at home, and they're trying to sweep the Mariners and have a little momentum heading out on the road. They will start a 9-game road trip on Tuesday in Anaheim. Toward left, Heredia hustles back, and he's got it. So we'll start in Anaheim, Ray, and then to Houston. So our first trip into Houston, that should be a fun weekend. Astros, of course, playing well. And then an off day Monday in Minneapolis, and then the Twins on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the A's will be back home. So Angels, Astros, and then a little AL Central flavor with the Twins.
Twins, the Tigers, they've already seen the Royals.
Pitch to Lowry is a bit high. Lowry at .295 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Lowry's really been swinging the bat well from day one. He's had a great series, 6 for 12 in this series with 4 runs scored.
Aaron, one of the pitchers that stands actually almost out of the stretch, takes the step back towards first base and then delivers the pitch, which is very dangerous. I think as Chris Bassett found out last year before he went on the disabled list, he started that and tried to do it with the runner on base. You just cannot do it. You can't move the left foot with the runner on base. And watch his left foot, it will head back towards first base. So really it looks like he's in the stretch. Wind blowing very briskly against his pant legs, but comes set, watch the left foot, goes back towards first base, and then he delivers the ball eventually. There it is. But you just have to make sure when you're out of the stretch and a runner on base, you don't make that same move because it just won't work. And it's a balk, but that's what he throws. Predominantly fastball, slider, occasional curveball and changeup, but he's not really overpowering. Been around long enough, knows how to change speeds on all of his pitches.
At the knees, a strike. Gallardo had very good seasons in Milwaukee. That's where he had his most success. 1 year in Texas, that was 2015, and he had a good year, 13 and 11. And then he signed a free agent contract to go to Baltimore, and last year 6 and 8 with the Orioles. Fouled straight back, and then he was traded from the Orioles to the Mariners for Seth Smith in January. So that was an interesting trade.
It was.
Mexican-born. Most wins by Mexican-born pitchers. Valenzuela, Loaiza, Gallardo. Teddy Higuera.
How about that? That's a
Former
Milwaukee
Brewer.
Brewer.
Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning.
2015 Stephen Vogt when Gallardo was with the Rangers down in Arlington. A breaking ball, curveball, went down and got it, put it into the seats in right field. And it's number 5 for Stephen Vogt that time. You can see the beard, whatever you want to call it, from Gallardo, but Stephen Vogt swinging a hot bat then and hit third in the lineup today.
And there's the numbers: 3 for 6, 2 doubles and the home run. Hits that one into left field for a base hit. Beats the shift. So Vogt goes after the first pitch, and he has the A's first hit.
Well, watch him just kind of drag the bat, takes a fastball, and he remembers the home run he hit off Gallardo's that maybe thinking curveball, a little bit late on the swing, but works perfectly. And I think hitters do that more and more. That's normally where the shortstop would be positioned prior to any shifts. And right now, where the shortstop position, that would have been an out.
That would have been right. If there was a shortstop there, it would have went right through his legs. So here's Healy. Healy takes a strike. Good series for Ryan Healy. 5 for 11. Couple of doubles, a homer. He's knocked in 4 runs. Today getting a chance to play third base, where we saw him the entire second half of last year at third.
Well, 3-2 fastball yesterday, got on top of it somehow. It's Miranda, hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. A's with 3 in the first, and they would hang on to win 4-3.
Off-speed pitch drops low to Healy. Alonso would be next. Yesterday, the A's jumped out early. They had 7 hits in the first 4 innings, and of course they got the 3 runs in the first inning. They had 1 hit in the final 4 innings, so they did their damage early. And when you get good pitching, you don't need that much.
Right. And they played airless baseball once again. It's
4 games in a row, huh? Yeah. Makes a difference.
Just what a shock. No errors, good pitching, win games.
Well, Cotton got his 2nd win of the year. He had to work for that.
Yes,
I mean, his line is good. 6 hits, 2 runs, but he had to work for it. Yeah. I mean, that one swung on and missed by Healy, and that'll do it for the A's in the bottom of the first after the tag. 1-0 Mariners as we head to the second. Mariners got a hit by pitch by Dyson in the first inning. He stole second, went to third on a sacrifice fly, and then scored on Cano's hit. And that's how the Mariners got their first run, the first earned run against Triggs this year.
If you think about the great Los Angeles Dodgers with Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale, Maury Wills, get on base, steal a base, go to third, come in on a ground ball and out.
That's right.
And then win 1-0. Of course, sure, when the Mariners signed Gerard Dyson, they were hopeful for the same thing. And in this game, at least he's been successful doing that. That was a Dyson run.
Motter, Heredia, Freeman. First pitch is bounced foul. He's too young to remember the Dodgers of the 60s, but they didn't hit a lot from what I understand, but they pitched. What's the old joke? Dodgers threw a shutout today. Did they win?
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
They pitched enough, that's for sure. 1-2 to Motter.
And you know, with the Milwaukee Braves, they had Spahn and Sane and pray for rain.
That's right.
You know, but I mean, you think of the Dodgers and Koufax and Drysdale, but you know, Jim Brewer, I think, but you know, those two were the main guys, just like Spahn and Sane.
That's right. Maybe Drysdale, Koufax, and hope for a run, right? Hope for one.
Right.
2-2 to Motter. Taylor Motter. He's 2 for 11 in this series. Out in front of that one, toward the line, long run for Joyce, but he'll get there near the line, and he makes the catch. So one away here in the second inning.
That Joyce, of course, when he signed with the Angels, one of the many left fielders that they signed trying to get some production offensively. He's been playing primarily in right field, but with Chris Davis getting the day off, Matt Joyce goes back to left field, and Matt Olson is in right field, which is more familiar to him.
Matt Olson getting the start today.
You know, they resurfaced the F-lot. They don't have numbers out. I don't know what the skipper does. You know, I don't know how he determines, like, 4 in a row, 5 in a row. He's going to park the same spot.
Oh, as far as where to park?
Oh,
yeah, Bob Melvin, very superstitious.
Very. And so I checked today, and he's in the same spot. So he must have some marker in the grass.
See, that's very solid, you know, reporting by you. It's investigative reporting.
Well, I just, you know, normally
where does the manager park?
Yeah, you see numbers, you know.
I like it. Lowry to first, 2 away. Yeah, he is superstitious.
But, you know, I mentioned to him, I said, I'm sure the great Dave Vernetti, Vice President of Stadium Operations, if you want a special site, David will put something to make sure. And he goes, no. That means, because if they lose, he won't park there the next day.
The cone.
Yeah. But why not? He's, and he gets there so early, I'd say it's very hard for a space where he wants to park to be unavailable. Although it did happen once.
And that's your F-lot update for today. I'm gonna have that. I like that. This is Mike Freeman, who is again in the lineup for Kyle Seager. Asked around about Seager, did not get much from any of the Mariners people about anything being wrong with him. So I'm not.
Hit the triple yesterday, almost a 2-run home run, and
they were tight-lipped, as we like to say.
I'd say it's one of those more of a mental break than physical.
Still strange not seeing him out there 2 games.
I agree. No matter what, I agree 100%. But when you're not winning games, you make changes, and this ball did not come back enough.
1-2 pitch. That one stays outside. So 2-2 to Mike Freeman.
Well, and Tom Hallion, I just know he is so anxious to make that patented strikeout call on a strike 3.
Yeah,
just can't wait. I mean, those close pitches.
Big bouncer, just foul as Alonso grabs it near the bag.
Every umpire is different, and you just saw that shot where Stephen Vogt moved outside. Tom Hallion, the home plate umpire, moved with him, and I think that's so important. First of all, he's getting protected by the catcher, but also he can see the plate. If you stay too far inside when the catcher moves out, you're kind of guessing at the corner. But the veteran Tom Hallion moves with Stephen Vogt. There's a good shot. He kind of waits to see what Stephen Vogt is going to do. Let's do the same with Zunino.
That one drops low. Triggs trying to backdoor that slider. 3-2. To Lowry, who gets a nice hop on to first, and that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Andrew Triggs. Bottom of the second coming up. It'll be Alonso, Plouffe, and Joyce.
It's the old shell game, folks.
Special ticket offer. Visit CoorsLightBaseball.com today to get 50% off the purchase of up to 8 tickets for select home games, including the upcoming May 5th game versus the Detroit Tigers. Coors Light and the A's together. Our mountain is creating a more sustainable world.
Yonder Alonso to lead it off for the A's in the bottom of the second inning. Trailing 1-0. Cano well out into shallow right field, but he's got time to throw out Alonso one away.
Batting in the sixth position, designated hitter, number 3.
Now, Ray, you mentioned Sonny Gray last night. 5 innings in a rehab start, pitching for Single A Stockton. Just a shade under 50 pitches.
Yep.
And he was terrific. And everybody felt good today from what we understand, and now he is scheduled to throw 75 pitches for AAA Nashville on Thursday. And at that point, obviously, if he comes out feeling good after the outing on Thursday, he should be ready to go, and maybe that would line him up for a start in Minnesota. Again, it all depends on how he feels after Thursday, but he felt good last night, so that's very good news. So the A's may get Sonny Gray back on the road trip.
Stockton had to be happy to have him starting for them last night. Yeah, pretty good. But yeah, his clock has started. That means last night the clock started, which is 30 days for position for starting pitchers or pitchers in general. 20 days for position players, which means that for starters, if pitch every 5th day, that would be 6 starts straight back off Mike Zunino.
Now,
just caught it just well enough to flip it off, but great protection with the helmet.
now Kendall Graveman is going to throw a bullpen tomorrow, from what we understand, and if he feels well, he should be ready to go, and we may see him in Anaheim.
Yes, and Jesse Hahn said he's going to start the series on Tuesday, which there was some talk that maybe it would be Kendall Graveman, but they're going to hold him back.
So the point is as you had mentioned briefly, you know, that you got your 1 and 2 starters, probably going to get him back on this road trip. So that's great news for the A's. Two and 2 to Trevor Plouffe. Bounced up the middle. Cano playing in that direction, flips to first, and it's dug out by Vogelbach. Nice play on both ends, 2 away.
Robbie Cano ranging far to the shortstop side. You see where he's positioned at second base, and then to the shortstop side. Got a little bit extra on the throw, the quick throw, giving back a chance to scoop it. But Robbie Cano, one of the best. Of course, he turns a double play that same type of movement, but this time he got help from his first baseman.
So with 2 away, Matt Joyce steps up. Shift is on for Joyce. Cano now well out into right field. Motter playing right behind second base. Joyce a homer and 5 RBIs so far this year. Trying to get going. He's 2 for 8 in this series. Good off-speed pitch, catches the bottom half of the strike zone.
I think we'll be shocked if Gallardo throws anything but an off-speed pitch when he's behind on the count. And then you threw a changeup. One game he had when he's with the Rangers, had a 10 strikeout game. Still not able to defeat the Athletics, although that particular game the bullpen lost it.
That's right, Gallardo, what, 0-5 against the A's in his career?
He's never defeated the A's.
So 3-1 to Joyce. And he tried to hold up, could not, says Mark Ripperger. So 6 starts, 0-5, 5.29 ERA. Matt Joyce had a good rip that time. Hits it down the left field line, foul. Did he pitch opening day here, Ray?
Yes, he did. 2015, April the 6th. Ben Zobrist hit the home run. First at bat. On. Sonny Gray, that's the game that Sonny had a no-hitter.
Yeah.
One in the 8th inning, Ryan Ruel got the base hit.
Another foul ball.
That reminds us, first time they won a home opener in about 10 years.
Yeah.
First time they did face Felix Hernandez.
It's true. Thank goodness.
I remember Lou Wolf said something. I said, well, if you ever want to win, you better change your schedule. Because if Felix pitches. Nice play. Exmo brought to you by. With that catch is great.
Another 3-2, and it's just a bit outside. Joyce gets the 2-out walk.
Well, it's nice for a base runner, but the A's making outs before they put a base runner on. As Stephen Vogt got a single with 2 outs. Adam Rosales yesterday. Change up. The A's were down 1-0. That was 1-1.
Well, if you're leading off with a home run, you're not going to catch anybody, right?
That's right. That's a great point.
Inside corner for a strike. He also did it back in 2013 in New York, and I believe it was against Sabathia.
Yeah.
Rosales doing a very nice job filling in for Marcus Semien, hitting .303 with a couple of home runs. A couple of doubles as well. Here, Mike Selleck over the in-house PA system. He's just announcing the Angels starters for that upcoming series. They had some, they made a few changes too, right? They pushed Nolasco back a little bit.
Thursday.
So
Ramirez,
get that for you.
We'll get on Tuesday, and then Shoemaker on Wednesday. In the air, down the right field line.
It's going to take one hop into the seats. Nobody can quite get to it.
Mr. Vogelback's got to realize there's a lot of foul territory. He started out, he was good 20 feet from the baseball as he headed towards the stands.
Have you ever seen Dan Vogelback and Kyle Schwarber in the same spot? No. Just saying.
That's right.
Just saying. Never seen them together.
That's right.
Joyce takes off. Throw to second base. Not in time. Nicely done by Matt Joyce. Excellent read. Good secondary lead. He did it all perfect.
I tell you, the one thing about Plouffe and Joyce, seeing those guys taking secondary lead when the ball hits the ground, they take off, no hesitation. And this is the second time in this series that Mike Zunino's done a good job blocking the ball, but a couple of steps and then takes off immediately. Got an extra step on his lead, and then 2 outs, getting to scoring position. That's such an important play. Heads up, base running.
Towards short. Motter charges, straightens up, throws, and Vogelback digs it out. Side retired. So the A's get the walk, nothing else, and we're moving to the third. 1-0 Seattle.
Fans, I'd like you to help welcome a fair
All-Star Teacher Program is here, recognizing teachers that make a difference. Visit NBCSportsCalifornia.com and vote. The winner receives $20,000 for his or her school. 1-0, the Mariners lead. It's the top of the third inning. Triggs and Gallardo, your pitching matchup today. Zunino, Dyson, Haniger, 9-1-2 for Seattle. Zunino at 188, a couple of RBIs. 1 for 7 in this series. Would imagine as the year goes on, Zunino and Ruiz probably about split time, right down the middle. Ruiz still a decent player, but very much a veteran. Zunino still a young player. It's a base hit left field. Pitch was up, and Zunino rips it into left field.
That banging on the window is from his godfather, Gary Hughes, scout for the Boston Red Sox. And that was Gary letting us know that that's his godson who just got the bit. We know Gary.
He's allowed to cheer, but doesn't have to bang on our window, does he? If Gary wasn't such a nice man, we'd go over there and tell him to knock it off. See?
It's right next to us. He's sitting with Eddie Montague, the great one.
Here's Dyson. Dyson, left center. Joyce is going to track it down. Ball just kind of hung up there. So that's out number 1 here in the 3rd. So true story brought to you by McDonald's. Earlier this week, Tuesday, Marlins in Seattle. Marlins had a combined no-hitter going with 2 outs in the 9th inning when Mitch Haniger lined a double to right center to spoil it. Wayne Chen started that one for Marlins, pitched into the 7th inning, got to the 100 pitch count, and that was it. But the Marlins got close but could not pull off the combined no-hitter, and that one off the glove of a diving Healy into left center field. See, now we bring that up because my partner Ray Fosse knows all about the combined no-hitter, because it was the one you were involved in. Obviously a pitcher combined no-hitter, but also a catcher combined.
That's right. 4 and 2. Right, Healy having to play even with the bag, and as a result diving for the ball off his glove. A's were tuning up for the postseason. Vita Blue started. 3 relievers, including the great Raleigh Fingers. Gene Tennis started, caught 5, I caught 4, and
here we go.
That was it.
You got to celebrate. I'd rather catch the last 4 than the first 5.
Yeah, well, the last 4 were a little bit more critical, you know. I mean, just because nerve-wracking, trying to keep everything in order.
First pitch to Cano is a bit outside. Of course, you caught Eckersley's no-hitter. We all know that. You didn't catch any other ones, right?
Only because your brother.
Yeah, right.
Game
you guys would still be playing.
Now we called the perfect game. Jim Bibby pitched a no-hitter against us.
Okay.
The Texas Rangers.
Jim Bibby.
Yeah.
Couldn't he hold 6 baseballs in his hand?
He was huge. Couldn't hold anybody on first either. Because I tried to catch him.
Jim Bibby.
But the funny thing about Bibby, Jim Bibby was huge. His brother Henry was the basketball player, about half the size.
Yeah.
But great family of athletes.
Be careful here. 2-0 to Cano. Cano already with an RBI single today, and that's outside.
Well, last year I mentioned one appearance that Andrew Triggs made against the Mariners, and this was one that Robbie Cano knew. Don't you know? And it went deep to right field. And Robinson Cano, of course, the Mariners just seemed to own the A's the last several years. This year, a good start for the A's, winning the first 3 of this series, first 3 of the season.
Cano taken all the way.
Surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't even up there to even think about swinging. And that was a pretty good pitch to hit. But he's a good hitter, great hitter, and taking a 3-0 fastball. He figures he's going to get a pretty good pitch before the at-bat's over anyway.
Zunino at second, Haniger at first. Nobody really holding the runner on. And Cano is able to lay off, and now the bases are loaded. So pretty good at bat by Cano.
Well, he started the swing, brought the hands forward because he's an inside-out hitter, so not a surprise to see him bring the hands forward, keep the bat head back.
So here's Cruz. Be careful here if you're Andrew Triggs. Cruz struck out in the first inning. Triggs needs another one. That's the only strikeout Triggs has so far today. High strike call.
Well, talk about the 3-4-5. 3 and 4 did this. So Robinson Cano, that sinker did not get inside far enough, and it kind of tracked it to the Xfinity sign in left field. Very deep.
Just a bit outside. So Triggs got the call on the first pitch, did not get the call on that pitch.
Looked like a pretty good pitch. Did it come back enough? Yes, not.
He's looking for a hard ground ball right at an infield. Now it's 2-1. Cruz with 9 RBIs on the year. Vogt will chat. This is a key part of the game, obviously. Cruz has knocked in over 100 runs twice in his career. Last year he did it, and then that one year in Baltimore in 2014 he did it. And that one is foul back 2-2.
Hey, Cruz that time was trying to go to right field, and talked in this series at how well he approaches each at bat, especially with runners in score position. Stayed back. That's a good pitch to hit to right field, but hit him off the end of the bat.
2-2. Triggs kicks and deals, and it's inside. On deck is Vogelbach.
Hey, Cruz actually watch him turn into it. He would have taken one for the team. Well, Cruz knows it's one of 2 pitches, either the sweeping slider or a sinking fastball. Yesterday, Ryan Madson threw the fastballs by the 3 hitters he struck out in the 9th inning.
Cruz takes inside. He walked him, and a run's going to come in. That'll be Zunino. So Cruz gets his 10th RBI, and the bases remain loaded.
Well, the pitch cast, the fastball outside missed, and breaking ball missed inside. Did not break sharply enough to Stephen Vogt trying to bring the ball into the strike zone, but the veteran Tom Hallion would not have it.
So a run in the first, a run here in the 3rd for Seattle, and now Vogelbach comes in, or comes up. He hit a fly ball to left field in the 1st.
And for Andrew Triggs, a hit batter in the 1st inning, contributed to the run, and then walks in this inning have helped the Mariners score a run.
First pitch misses outside. Vogelbach came over in a trade with the Cubs in July of last year.
Because he and Schwarber look too much alike?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Put them next to each other. It's like twins.
Said we could only have one?
Yeah. Mike Montgomery went from the Mariners to the Cubs. Mike Montgomery, pretty good relief pitcher. So it was Paul Blackburn and Daniel Vogelbach in exchange for Mike Montgomery and Jordan Priest. Paul Blackburn is now with the A's. That's who Danny Valencia was traded for.
And Jordan Priest is the nephew of Ken Priest.
That's right, Ken Priest. One of our bosses.
But you know, Schwarber, and very similar to Vogelbach, I mean, a very good eye. And I think that's what helped Schwarber postseason last year. Came back after a serious knee injury and very selective at the plate. But when he unloads, he's got a lot of power.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. Watching Schwarber hit with the Cubs, he looks like he's going to get a hit every single time.
If not get a hit, he's going to walk.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's going to be standing on first base. So 2-2 here to Vogelbach. And he got him. Big strikeout for Triggs.
Well, that time the sinker caught the outside part of the plate, or at least close enough that Vogelbach thought it was a strike. But a great pitch by Andrew Triggs, and right on the corner. And the big man did not think about right field or left field. He kept thinking right field. Watched his midsection open up and just cannot reach it. Great location. Looked like a strike. Ended up maybe off the plate a little bit. But a big strikeout by Triggs.
Here's Taylor Motter. So you got to finish the deal here and get Motter. Motter hit a fly ball to left field in the 2nd inning. Haniger at 3rd, Cano at 2nd, Cruz at 1st. That one's hit to left center, and it's hit a ton. Near the wall, and it is gone. That's a grand slam home run for Taylor Motter. And just like that, it's 6-0 Seattle. So that hurts.
It hurts big time. Get a big strikeout and then a fastball down and in, right in the wheelhouse of Motter. And look at the location. It's supposed to be outside. It comes right back down in the lower part of the strike zone. And on a day at the Coliseum, although a little bit cool, that ball did not look good leaving the bat, and it ended up even worse from the A standpoint where it landed. But he's aggressive, and that's one of the problems when you're facing an aggressive hitter. You make a mistake, he's got to capitalize.
He's had some good swings in this series. None better than that one. Could be a play for Alonso, and he will have a play, and that's the third out. But damage done. 5 runs for the Mariners, including the grand slam by Taylor Motter.
This moment in MLB.
To you by Provident Credit Union Super Reward Checking. We pay you.
So bottom of the third, Mariners with a 6-0 lead thanks to the grand slam by that young man Taylor Motter, playing in place of Gene Segura, the regular shortstop. Motter's looked awfully good in this series.
You can almost look at this game today similar to the one pitched by James Paxton in the first game of the series. He had come in, had 23 consecutive scoreless innings to start, and just did not have his great stuff. And unfortunately for Andrew Triggs today, who similarly 3-0 with 0 earned run average, and doesn't look like he has his best stuff today.
Matt Olson to lead it off. Numbers for Olson in AAA. Last year he got a September call-up, played in 11 games for the A's, and he swings and misses on the 0-2 pitch, and that's out number 1. It is Little Leaguer Day here at the ballpark, and Angela has some new friends downstairs. Angela, how you doing?
I'm good, Glenn. I do have some new friends down here. We're with the Bronco Cardinals from El Cerrito, and these are the guys who took the field earlier today. Now, you guys went over to Jed Lowry. How was that?
It was truly amazing. It was awesome. Jed Lowry's awesome. Go A's.
And you guys went over to Rosie, right?
It was lit. Yeah, it was lit.
It was lit. And you got an autograph too?
I got an autograph, yeah.
Very cool. Well, we know that Marcus Simeon is from the El Cerrito area, and we have a message for him, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Ready?
Get
well soon. Get well soon, Marcus.
Yeah, get well soon.
Back up to you.
All right, thanks, Angela. You know what, Ray? I think you're lit.
What does lit mean?
Cool. Just like it was cool. I think you're lit.
So lit?
Lit. Just go with it, Ray. Go with it. I think you're lit.
No, it's get gig. Lit?
I tried. Let's move on. I tried. I was trying to give you a compliment. You're lit.
Well, when he said that, I didn't know what he was talking about, to be honest. Is that something on social media I need to check out?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you,
I mean,
thank you.
It's really your call. Swing and a miss by Decker. 2-2 the count. Decker hit a fly ball to left field in the first.
If Giovanni Gallardo is 0-5 against the A's and he has a 6-0 lead, he's going to try to keep the 6-0 lead. He's not going to give in to anybody. That was a 2-1 changeup to Decker, and you might as well just figure he's pitching as if it's a scoreless game, which he should.
Lowry to follow here in the bottom of the third. And also just looking for his first win this year.
Yeah.
In his fourth start. That's a close pitch.
Now for Gallardo, he's been with the Rangers, the Orioles, and now the Mariners, yet his glove has the webbing, the colors of the Mariners, the teal. You notice that? So it's something that
they got it to him in time.
Yeah, Santiago Casilla is a little bit late.
Decker swings and misses on the 3-2 pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gallardo. He now has 4 in the game.
He just is not giving in, and that's a good pitcher. Whenever he gets behind the count, just paints the outside part of the plate. Great control, not really overpowering at 92. It seems like it's less than that, but the location is perfect for him.
Since 2009, most starts in the major leagues. Gallardo's on that list. And he really has been very durable, obviously. Last year, he did go to the disabled list for a couple months, but still made 23 starts. Overall, in his career, he's remained pretty healthy up until that stop last year.
Look at this. See that webbing, the leather on that? Man, that's pretty impressive.
The right colors.
Yeah. Maybe Felix said, hey, Giovanni, welcome. Take one of my gloves. Felix is there forever. He's there as long as he wants to be. But see, that matches the uniform. Got the teal color. Impressive.
Close pitch. Called the ball 2-1. Lowry struck out in the first.
Well, then we're going to see the great Jim Hughes in Anaheim, and he's with Rawlings Sporting Goods. So we're seeing that W on that glove. Jimmy, sorry.
Yeah.
We'll find somebody with an R on it.
He's going to be looking for you. Toward the second level, bounces off the side panels. He's had just 1 hit so far.
Bob Melvin always wants to see his team play well on Little League Day, and today a lot of Little Leaguers, and they're spread out throughout the stadium. Unfortunately, right now the A's are down and just trying to come back. They're here
having fun.
Oh wow, that's good. What is that, Kite?
That looks good. He's so happy right now.
Yeah, there's A's and Cincinnati Reds sitting side by side. 1972.
In the dirt, Zunino has it squared away to his left. So 3-2 the count to Lowry. In the air toward left center. Heredia and Dyson come together. Dyson reaches up, makes the catch, and Giovanni Gallardo has his first 3 up, 3 down inning. 6-0 Seattle. for behind win last night in Game 3. So Game 4, they'll try to wrap it up over the Portland Trail Blazers. Coverage starts 6:30 on Monday with Warriors pregame live. Again, he's going for the sweep, and so are the Golden State Warriors. So they'll try to wrap up that Game 1 series against Portland on Monday night up in Portland. Very impressive win last night for the Warriors, storming back. (6-0) the Mariners lead.
Do you think the Warriors are ever concerned if they get down 15, 20 points?
They
just keep coming back and winning.
Yeah, they can go on a run as well as anybody, and it happens quickly, man. They start making 3-pointers, and it's like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Was it a 21-3 run in last night's game? 1-2 the count to Freeman.
Thanks. The Warriors had a full complement of players and head coach.
That's right.
Who knows
That's right.
what they would have done.
They're playing a little short.
Yeah.
Two and two the count. Freeman grounded out in the second inning. Strike three.
There it is. There you go. We got Tom finally. A little late.
So let's check in with Angela.
Following up on Earth Day yesterday, the A's have added 5 new recycle bins to the Coliseum. Not only can fans keep our team green by using these bins, but the bins themselves are actually made out of 100% recycled milk jugs. Over 1,000 of them for each bin, to be exact. Another way to keep Earth Day every day by making daily choices. Great job by the Green Committee, guys.
All right, thanks, Angela.
Got to save your milk jug, man.
I'm telling you, I didn't realize that.
I didn't either.
So 0-2 to Zunino, who singled and scored in the third. Zunino got that third inning started with that base hit. Good pitch right on the outside corner, and we get a little Tom Hallion action again.
Well, it took 6-0, but Tom Hallion's in midseason form right now. Back-to-back strikeouts. Watch the great one behind the plate. Strike 3 called. Yeah! Just don't be behind him, because if you're behind him, you're gone. You're down. Jim Joyce is retired, so we don't hear his call anymore.
Nope. So here's the leadoff man, Dyson. Dyson got the ball game started when he was hit by a pitch. Hit him in the left knee. He then stole a base and scored a run in the first. Did he go? Yes.
This is what the third base umpire sees, and enough with the bat going through the hitting zone. Called a strike. It's Mark Rippinger.
Good pitch there, right on the inside corner. So 1-2. And this is one of those games, Ray, if you're Andrew Triggs, listen, you're down 6-0. We don't get that. But you got to try to get to the 6th inning.
Yeah.
Salas looking up into a tough sun, and Rosie grabs it. So Triggs has a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Vogt, Healy, and Alonso to hit. 6-0 Seattle.
A's baseball using the NBC Sports app. Download it now on your mobile, tablet, and TV connected devices, so you will be ready to enjoy all season long on the NBC Sports app. That is a great feature. The streaming, get the app, stream it, watch A's baseball all year long. That is great. NBC Sports app.
Stephen Vogt to lead it off. Work to do for the A's. Still fairly early, bottom of the 4th inning, trailing 6-0. Vogt, Healy, and Alonso.
Let's find a way to get on the board.
Stephen Vogt beat the shift in the 1st inning. Hit a hard ground ball right to the shortstop spot, but there was nobody there. He'll take it.
If he does it again, have another base hit.
That's the A's only hit in the game so far. And now 1-2. Mariners have 4 hits, but of course one of those a grand slam.
Yesterday he built for a ball and took his left wrist under his body. State of the game today, it's a slam. So it's one of those. It's going to take more than a little bit of a twinge in my left wrist to get me out of the game.
Well, it's like we said about Adam Rosales. I mean, Rosie's not nursing any injuries or anything, but it's like I'm getting a chance to play every day.
Absolutely.
And listen, Gene Segura is going to play shortstop every day when he comes back and is healthy. Vogt, reach for it, pokes it foul.
Well, we've already talked about the moves the Mariners have made with some pretty established players. They're major league players. So it's one of those things you play, you perform, and they'll find a spot for you, especially while you're hot.
One and 2 to Vogt. Vogt grounds it toward Cano, who slides to his right. Quick release. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and that gets us to today's cold hard facts, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. In Oakland history, most home runs in first 90 career games. Ryan Healy, 4th on the list, tied with Cespedes, McGuire, Canseco, and Chris Carter. So for Ryan Healy, this is game number 91. So he played 90th game yesterday. That's in Oakland history. So Mark McGuire hit 32 home runs in his first 90 games. That's right. He had a huge rookie season.
49.
There you go.
Yeah.
Beat the shift, Ryan Healy. Did not hit that real hard, but a well-placed ground ball for the A's second inning.
Well, there's a fastball, and they're shifting him to the left side. The whole right side of the infield is open. Actually, a breaking ball, a high slider. You see where Cano's playing, and where he, if played at second base, would have been an out. So there's a shift, and I think Ryan Healy happy to get the base hit, especially against the shift. And right now, the A's trying to get on the board somehow.
Yonder Alonso takes a first pitch strike. Alonso grounded out in the second inning. 2 for 5 in this series. Shift is on for Alonso, and we've seen Alonso does a pretty good job hitting the ball left center field, left side. In fact, that's probably when he's at his best, when he keeps the ball in the middle of the diamond. Rolls over on that one. Cano spins out at second, on to first, not in time. Alonso rolled over on that one, and when we say rolled over on it, you just get that top hand out there a little bit too far, and this is what happened.
Yeah, Robinson Cano with the shift, and 360 turn to Motter, and just too much time taken for the Mariners to be able to turn a double play.
So 2 outs now with Alonso at first, and that'll bring up Trevor Plouffe. Trevor Plouffe grounded out to second in the second inning. He takes a fastball right on the outside corner. Plouffe is 3 for 12 in the series. Of course, a couple of home runs, which is the good news. Trevor Plouffe going a little bit. Probably looking forward to his return to Minnesota.
Probably have a parade for him.
Sure.
Should.
Maybe next week when the A's go there next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Pretty good technique by Zunino.
He's always been good ever since he came up. And you just said yesterday, which was correct. They rushed him maybe from the hitting standpoint, but he's always been an excellent catcher. Mariners had a great one in their Mariners Hall of Fame, Dan Wilson. He also had a Japanese-born catcher, Kenji Jojima, who took everything out of the strike zone.
Now the count 2-2. Jojima, a couple years with Seattle, and then decided to go back to Japan.
Yeah, he actually walked out and walked away from the final year of his contract, saved the Mariners some money.
Pitch number 67 coming up, but not before anybody steps off. Short lead by Alonso at first. And now full count. So that'll get Alonso on the move. Vogelbach will play behind Alonso. No reason to hold him on. Breaking ball on 3-2, and Plouffe swings and misses. So 5 strikeouts for Yovani Gallardo. And on to the 5th. 6-0 Mariners. Baseball break is brought to you by T-Mobile. Tough day for pitchers in Angels land. Indeed, Garrett Richards moves to the 60-day disabled list, and their closer Cam Bedrosian on the DL. Man, it seems like there's a lot of players on the DL. Of course, it's a 10-day DL now. Reds come back. They get a big win over the Cubbies, 10-9, and the Astros tied in the 9th and win it in the 10th in St. Petersburg. Houston 5, the Rays 4. So Houston takes 2 out of 3. There's a shot up the middle, and Haniger has a base hit. And Decker loses control of it momentarily, but Haniger stays at first. You want to be a pitcher?
No. When in doubt, duck. Don't be a hero.
Now
Get out of the way.
Number 22.
Let's hope somebody's playing there. If not, let Decker pick it up.
So here's Cano. So the Astros, with that win, that's a good win for them. They are now 13-6. They are off tomorrow, and they will be at Cleveland Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that is updated standings. A 2.5 game lead now for the Astros over the A's. Cano hits one very high left center field. Decker coming together with Joyce, and they held on. Barely. So Joyce and Decker coming together. They probably have not played in that configuration very often, where Joyce is playing left field and Decker's.
Well, and remember yesterday, Cap, when Seager hit the ball to right center, it's the same combination. But this time, Decker taking a little bit more charge and calling it off. And really, if you're a corner outfielder, you defer to the center fielder. And Decker, we remember Billy Burns last year, he would always back off a little bit with Reddick in right field as the veteran, but you have to take charge in center field. And Decker pretty much saying this morning it's going to change. He's getting a little bit more familiar with the surroundings in center field.
So with a 1 out, here's Nelson Cruz.
Only thing about that ball was slicing back to left field, but center fielder Decker had a beat on it the whole way.
Missed again, 2-0. As we mentioned, the Astros in Cleveland Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I bring that up, Ray, because they will play 3 night games in Cleveland, so they will have a night game on Thursday, and then flying to Houston, flying back home to get ready for the Athletics, who will be arriving late. Daniel Colon starts to throw. So the point is the Astros will have a late arrival at home on Thursday, but it won't be quite as late as the Athletics, which will be early Friday morning.
And the A's will lose 2 hours. The Astros will pick up an hour. So you're saying that at Minute Maid Park on Friday there will be no activity pre-game.
That's that's a strong possibility. Yes. Yes, indeed. Put the uniform on and go get them.
Go get them. That's right. Get the food ready in the kitchen at Minute Maid visiting clubhouse.
That Astros Indians series will be a fun series to watch this week. Two-one pitch, missed again, 3-1. So 80 pitches for Triggs in 4 1/3 innings.
He went 6 in the last start through 76. And remember, he has not pitched enough to build up a pitch count close to 100.
Runner goes, and it's popped up. So on a 3-1 count, Haniger takes off. Olsen waits, and Olsen grabs it. So that's the second out here in the top of the 5th inning. Bob Melvin is coming out. Is Vogelback, the left-handed hitter, is up next, and he wants Colon to face him. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. Colon coming in.
Sports California is brought to you by Caltrans Stormwater. Keep our highways clean. Protect our water. ProtectEveryDrop.com.
Now batting, number 20.
So top of the fifth, it's a 6-0 Mariners lead. Triggs is done for the afternoon. 4 2/3, 5 hits for Triggs. And he will give the baseball to Daniel Colon. One job for Colon, very simple: get the left-handed hitter out. And that is, Vogelback. Slider is high.
Well, he may be asked also to give some innings because yesterday he did pitch, but Casilla, Doolittle, Dull were not available. Madsen 3 strikeouts in the 9th to pick up the save. Today, pretty much everybody's available, but try to get the lead or at least get back in the game.
Malone threw 6 pitches yesterday. But there's more to it than that, right, Ray? You warm up in the bullpen and probably throw, what, 15 to 20 down there maybe?
Exactly.
That's all part of a manager's thought process. How many times have we heard Bob Melvin say, or really any manager, when they get a guy up, meaning he's warming up, he's ready to come in the game, and then something happens where maybe you don't put him in, they hate to have that situation, because if a guy is warming up, they want to get him in there.
Absolutely, and that's why pitchers, and Ryan Madsen is very good. You can watch him in the bullpen, and he doesn't get up and just start throwing. He gets loose, and then he'll stand around. It's Andrew Triggs. A lot of pitches in 4 2/3 innings.
Ball, Gary.
Well, the game would have been a lot different, Ray, if obviously Motter hit a grand slam. But my point is that he got the big strikeout of Vogelback, and then there was 2 outs, and it was a 2-0 game. He just could not get Motter.
Well, okay, also you look at the hit batter, mentioned Dyson, but then 2 walks, Cano and Cruz in that inning. Cruz walking in a batter, but they both scored. So 3 of the 6 runs that he gave up, basically free passes, hit batter, and 2 walks.
Three-two pitch, 2 outs, runner goes, ball's fouled to the screen. I think a lot of the Mariners thought Vogelback was going to make the team out of spring training.
Exactly.
Maybe get some playing time with sharing first base with Valencia. That was not the case, but he is in the big leagues now. Hits that one down the left field line, foul again.
Yeah, with the way Valencia's been struggling, he may see some more time now. And the fact that as much as left-handers think there are a lot of left-handed pitchers, there really aren't. Some staffs do not have one left-hander in the rotation. So if that's the case, it's a true platoon. Vogelback will get most of the starts.
And Valencia hitting 145. High in the air, right center. It's going to stay in the ballpark. Olsen grabs it, side retired. What's going on outside in Championship Plaza? You know what? Doesn't matter what the score is. Those folks are just having a good time.
choice. He may have a 6-0 lead, but he's pitching like it's a scoreless game. And Giovanni Gallardo, 0-2 on the season, 0-5 career against the Athletics, and he is pitching like he wants to win. He's not giving in to the hitters. And even with Trevor Plouffe, he had the count. His favorite, threw him a 3-2 slider. And that tells the story right there. And that's why he is the forward right choice at this point. Hopefully we can add another forward right choice later.
Sure. Big comeback, maybe.
Yeah.
Really, really big comeback. Really, really big. First pitch to Matt Joyce is low. Joyce, Rosales, and Olson. Rangers leading the Royals 4-2 in the 7th inning in Arlington. Rangers going for the 4-game sweep of the Royals. How about that? So we'll keep an eye on the rest of that game down in Texas. Rangers will stay home. They'll host the Twins Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Have an off day Thursday and then host the Angels over the weekend. So they got a long homestand. Angels leading the Blue Jays 1-0 in the 8th inning down in Anaheim.
It's amazing they play 12:30 games on Sunday. Yeah, 7 o'clock games on a getaway day.
I got more for you on that, Ray, because I know you love that. So that series there that we're talking about is a 4-game series. They play again tomorrow. So the, what do you call it? The wraparound.
Wraparound.
So it's a night game. Okay, no big deal, right? Well, the Blue Jays on Tuesday play in St. Louis.
Oh no. Really?
So for the Blue Jays, they're going to play that night game tomorrow in Anaheim, and they're going to get to St. Louis 3-4 in the morning.
Wow. Unbelievable. And especially a game today, daytime.
Joyce toward first. I'll go back to Gallardo. 1 away.
Fans of the Boston Red Sox make their 2017 regular season visit, and there's only one regular season, to Oakland for a 4-game series May 18th through May 21st. The Thursday, May 18th game includes a co-branded San Jose Sharks A's beanie to 10,000 fans, presented by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Friday, May the 19th game features post-game fireworks set to the music of Bay Area hip-hop, presented by Lagunitas. To secure your seats, visit athletics.com/tickets, or you can call 877-493-BALL. There's always a Championship Plaza.
It's good family hangout too.
Yeah.
If you just want to
Have a
go
picnic.
outside for a couple innings, give you something to eat.
Yeah, have a picnic. Just enjoy the day. And oh, by the way, there's a game. We can walk in and watch a game. There's a.
That's right.
I heard somebody yesterday said, if I leave, can I come back in? He said, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Hit well, but right at Heredias. So Rosales, he is retired. So 2 away. See Adam Rosales. See Dallas Braid would have liked that. You
He
see
went
that?
around it. Yeah.
Adam Rosales ran around the mound, not over top the mound.
He ran at it and then around it.
Because as Dallas would say, get off my mound. See, watch.
Yeah, there he goes.
Of course, Alex Rodriguez ran right over top of the mound.
What was it, less than a month after he did that, he pitched a perfect game?
That's right. It was that was a new one though. That was a new one for us. The over the mound thing. There's thousands of unwritten rules in Major League Baseball, which you never know which ones are really legit, and we just had not heard of that one. You can certainly see where a pitcher would say, listen, this is my spot here. But
remember Ted Griggs throughout the first pitch? He wouldn't get on the mound.
that's right.
He said, I'm not going to get up there and have Dallas Braden scream at me. Ted, the former general manager, and back in what is he, East in Philadelphia or New Jersey now? Philadelphia?
He is in Connecticut.
Oh, Connecticut? Jeez. Well, missed 2.
He's making all the big decisions.
Yeah.
1-2 to Matt Olson. Olson struck out in the 3rd. A's have high hopes for Matt Olson. He's a big fella. You can see very strong, very patient at the plate. They like the fact that he's not afraid to take a walk, but he ultimately, if he gets to the big leagues, Ray, it's not because he can take a walk. It's because he can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Exactly. Yeah, he better hit a few out.
Swing and a miss, and Gallardo has retired 5 in a row. He has another good inning. So 6 strikeouts and a 6-0 Mariner lead.
Deep drive of the game. I think we have to give it to Mr. Mata. What's the matter, Mata? But he hit a grand salami to left center field, and that was the capper. After 2 outs, that big strikeout. Schwarber? No, Vogelbach.
Either way.
He looks like Kyle Schwarber.
I'm telling you.
That's right. But that was the big blow, and just think what it could have been. Get 2-0 versus 6-0. Uphill battle for the A's, especially the way Gallardo is pitching. And looks like he is dead set on trying to pick up his first win against the A's.
1-1 the count to Motter. Your Colomb back out there. Colomb came in with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Ready to follow, and then Freeman for the Mariners. That's Healy at third. He charges over to Alonso, 1 out. So first ground ball action for Ryan Healy today, getting a start at third.
Now batting, number 5.
Talk about Healy bouncing around between third and first. He seems like he's going to be fine handling that. But you know what? It's a little extra work pregame as well, right? You got to take ground balls at both places.
Chip Hill is always out there, and got him working both places. If the same thing happens to Kyle Seager that happened to Ryan Healy, then Seager's going to take off, because Healy had a couple of days off, got his head straight, pinched hit a couple of times, and recently 7 hits in his last 9 plate appearances.
1-1 the count to Guillermo Heredia. I think, Gray, if Ryan Healy is the offensive player that the A's hope that he will be, certainly looks like he has a chance to be a middle of the order hitter. at some point real soon, he's going to settle into one defensive spot, and he's going to play there for a long time. Now, whether that be third or first, we don't know. But
yeah, it would be somewhere, and I think with the new stadium projected sometime in the near future, you're looking at a bunch of young players to be able to settle in a certain position and be there for as long as the A's want to keep them. And I think they'll be able to satisfy their salary demands, and that is always important, to be able to keep guys that you develop.
2-2 the count. Heredia has grounded out and fouled out. Vogt sets up on the inside corner, and Colomb made a pretty good pitch in there. Heredia was able to check his swing. Close. Colomb after Triggs. Triggs went 4 2/3 innings. And there's the walk. Well, you can now stream the A's on the go with NBCSportsCalifornia.com and the NBC Sports app. It's presented by Honda.
Mike Freeman.
How can I? No!
See, I always liked playing foosball, but I didn't like playing it by myself. Like I like two-person teams, you know, where you didn't have to be in charge of the whole side. It was I needed 4-person foosball. This is too much for me. Too much going on, Ray. I need to simplify.
Never played it.
Really?
Never played.
That's it. So sometime on the road, you and I are going to go play foosball. Maybe after a big A's road win, we'll sneak out. You and I will team up.
Team up against
Korak and Vinny.
Oh my gosh. We do the A-team foosball.
Yeah. I think that's. I got a pretty good feeling about the TV guys if that were to happen.
Yeah.
Slider low, 2-1 to Mike Freeman. Yeah. Now you don't think we couldn't handle those guys in a foosball game? Sometimes.
Who's here?
Sometimes it's hard just to get them to smile a little bit.
Isn't it amazing how they know that they're on the air and we're talking about them, and they act like they're talking to each other?
Serious. Serious over
there. And
then there's our group over here, which is a bunch of renegades.
And Gary Hughes beating on the window.
Yeah.
What if Gary banged on the window when Zunino struck out?
No, you should have banged on the window. So there's another walk, back-to-back walks by Colomb, so that'll frustrate him a little bit. Alcantara has not thrown in this game. You wonder if that's the guy, and I believe it is. So he's the only guy who has not pitched in this series. And listen, when you're down 6-0, and quite frankly, things have not gone your way, and you're bottom up, you do have to think about preserving your bullpen a little bit.
That's right.
Yesterday, Madsen threw, Hendricks threw, Montas threw, Colomb threw. Here's Zunino, who hits it foul right back to the screen. The Blue Jays hit a couple of home runs in the 8th inning to take a 3-1 lead over the Angels. The Angels batting in the bottom of the 8th. Devin Travis and Kevin Pillar with home runs. So that game has changed. It was 1-0 after 7. The Angels were leading. Good breaking ball there from Colomb. he does have a good hard breaking ball.
Yes, he does. Very good over the top. 12-6 curveball.
That's called 6-0 trailing. Inside 1-2. So back-to-back one-out walks here in the top of the 6th inning. Hit very hard, foul, headed down toward the A's bullpen, rattling around down there. Probably hearing it from the guys a little bit. That one was able to sneak through, and if it gets to the guy's feet, that means you did not do your job. Freddie and Freeman are the runners, and that one is hit softly in the air to Alonso, who grabs it. The weak pop-up forced us to pound on the window next door. He was ready for it. Got to take the good with the bad, right?
Absolutely. And in this game, there may be more bad than the good.
So here's the top of the order, Gerard Dyson, who was 0 for 2, but hit by pitch and scored a run in the first. Dyson takes just a bit inside. I think Colon thought that was maybe a strike. Nice play by Healy. He'll go the short way to second, side retired. So the 2 walks do not hurt the A's. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Work to do for the Athletics. They trail 6-0.
Hey fans, in honor of last night.
New one-way service in Oakland allows you to find a nearby car. Plus, if you download the Gig app before April the 30th and enter promo code HeyGig, you'll get $85 in driving credits, free parking, and a free ride. Download the Gig app today. Are you downloading it now, Kite?
Already have.
Hey Gig. That's the code. Hey Gig.
So bottom of the 6th, A's trailing 6-0. Here's Decker, followed by Lowry and Vogt. Gallardo's been good. 6 strikeouts through 5 innings, and the A's have just 2 hits. So he is trying to defeat the A's for the first time in his career. 0-5 coming in. Decker has hit a fly ball to left field, and he has struck out. And that one in for a strike. Flatheads are getting ready. Raleigh kind of hanging out though over by the out-of-town scoreboard.
Flathead. That's a good one.
Heck.
He just kicked it back on the rail.
Yeah.
Well, Eck is so stylish. Every time I see it, he has a mullion, man. Every time I see that shot of Eck.
That's not fair.
Two pretty good closers, though. Not a bad base stealer. And the three that will be running the race.
Be a great conversation to listen to, those three Hall of Famers, what they're talking about, the good old days, all the great teams that they played on here in Oakland. Decker gets jammed, fouls it to our left.
Actually threw a fastball, did Gallardo. I think your point yesterday about those kids, or yesterday or Friday, asking for the autographs, if they thought that was really Raleigh Eck and Ricky. They're stretching.
Swing and a miss. Took a little off that pitch. You know, Decker strikes out for the second time.
Well, you think third time through the order you would not look for very much, and especially 3-2. They come breaking ball, and one thing that's been impressive about Gallardo, and as we mentioned, starts he has made against the A's, he's been very good. This time today, he's throwing a lot of his off-speed pitches in counts where hitters have to be looking for fastballs.
6 in a row retired by Giovanni Gallardo. Pumps in a first pitch strike to Lowry. Lowry has struck out and hit a fly ball in the left field. And that one is lined, and what a play by Freeman. That was a spectacular play by the Mariners' third baseman.
Would have been another double for Jed Lowry, but Freeman, look where he's playing and how close and what he had to do, because he is the only one on that side of the infield. And what a great play by Freeman, who's back-to-back starts.
Playing in. Doesn't have a whole lot of time to do anything except turn around and just go after the high backhand, and he did. So 2 outs. Here's Stephen Vogt. Vogt takes just a touch high, maybe a little outside. Single and a ground out for Vogt so far today. And that one is lined right into the glove of Motter, side retired. So a couple of hard hit balls by the A's, but nothing to show for it as Gallardo rolls along. Cavill sandwich is Angela. Oh my goodness.
You guys have been talking about this Cavill sandwich so much. I had to come and investigate it myself, and man, it is big. But since I can't finish it all by myself, I've enlisted John from San Jose to help me out with this. John, what do you think about this sandwich and also of the Championship Plaza?
Well, we're going to taste the sandwich right now, and the Championship Plaza is one of the greater improvements I've seen in a long time. You got all these great food trucks, you got burgers, wings, desserts, everything you need is right here.
Almost all in the palm of our hand right now.
Exactly.
Okay, cheers, let's do this. Here we go. Oh, I can't even get a bite. What do you think?
That's delicious.
We're not finishing stuff. Guys, back up to you. I can't even get a bite of it. It's so big.
Yeah, there's the ingredients, and it's got a little bit of everything, folks. And we had it, what do we have it, Friday night? And it was pretty darn good.
It's a Friday that long ago. I think we need another one.
It was pretty good. The Cavill sandwich.
That's right. Dave was up one Friday night, had some sandwiches delivered. That's the beef patty, chicken, tomato, all the other bacon around here.
Bacon, cheese,
with the
lettuce,
waffle.
onion.
The only thing, I just needed some syrup. I mean, if you got to have a waffle, you have to have some maple syrup.
Oh, man. It was something, I tell you. It may not be something you'd eat every single day. Maybe every other day.
He will.
That's a good effort.
Just dropped an onion. Okay, the clam chowder is pretty good also. I had that a week or so ago.
Gotta get a Fosse sandwich out there.
Oof.
3-1 the count. New pitcher is Raul Alcantara for the Athletics. Third pitcher of the afternoon. And the first batter he faces is Haniger, and he walks him. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts. So Alcantara, one start and his second relief appearance. And today, his job is to pitch 3 innings.
Yep.
We'll see if he can do that.
Well, they should get the opportunity. And I don't know if the A's do score some runs, which would be nice to at least put Gallardo on the fence a little bit. It has not happened. He's pitched a great game.
First pitch to Robinson Cano is low. Cano, an RBI single in the first, walked and scored a run in the third, and then hit a fly ball to center field in the fifth. So Cano right in the middle of the 2 run scoring innings for Seattle. No surprise there. Missed again. 2-0, 95 miles an hour, but now Alcantara's going to get a visit from his catcher.
Well, I'd say there's a little rust on Alcantara. He was in the rotation, made 1 start in Arlington, Texas. And after going just 2 innings, Jesse Hahn came in and made a great appearance out of the bullpen, pitching 6, and they immediately changed the rotation. Alcantara from the bullpen, Jesse Hahn to the starting rotation.
A pitch is lined toward left center field, and that's going to get down for a hit. Decker hustles over to cut it off, but not before Haniger goes to third. So Robinson Cano has his second hit. So first and third, nobody out. Another RBI opportunity for Cruz.
Fastball, and Robbie Cano pulled a slider from Andrew Triggs in the right field for a base hit. This fastball away, and Decker, a good job cutting the ball off to keep Cano to a single. It's about a 30 double every season.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's automatic.
Cruz walked with the bases loaded in the third inning, so he picked up an RBI there. Rolls that one foul. Rangers finished off the Royals 5-2, so that is a 4-game sweep by the Rangers over the Royals in Arlington. Rangers now 9-10 on the year after that 4-gamer. Outside to Cruz. Joey Gallo hit another home run, Ray, his 6th of the year, and Chirinos also homered late in that game. Yu Darvish pitched 8 innings, and he got the win. Darvish 8 strikeouts in 8 innings, so he's 2-2. So Texas starting to put it together. That one is hit to left, and that's hit deep, and that is gone. Out of here in a hurry, and that's a 3-run homer for Nelson Cruz. So that makes it 9-0 Seattle.
And if you have a grand slam and a 3-run shot hit against you, then that's not good. That will send a few people home. And it did not take long for it to get out. Stephen Boat wanted a little bit higher than that. That was about belt high, and Nelson Cruz extremely strong. And he showed his power on that 3-run home run. To the left and above the out-of-town scoreboard and in quickly.
So 3rd home run of the year for Cruz. He now has 13 RBIs. Most home runs hit since 2014. Nelson Cruz has 130. I'm not surprised by that. We've seen, well, we've probably seen too many of them.
Yeah, we have. He's always scary, always dangerous. And while the Mariners already had a 6-0 lead, that has made it 9-0.
40 home runs with Baltimore in 2014. 44 home runs with the Mariners in 2015. 43 home runs last year in Seattle. And really, the last 3 years, he's sort of gone to the next level as a power hitter.
Well, he was a late sign with the Baltimore Orioles in the 14 season, and as a result of what happened at the end of 13 in Texas. But he has always been a home run hitter, and Mariners, and they always talk about Safeco Field not being a great hitter's park. Like Chris Davis, he makes every park small.
Yeah, that's not going to bother him. 3-2 pitch to Vogelbach is outside, so another walk. A's pitchers have issued 6 walks today.
Follow Oakland Athletics Baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat mobile app. Stay connected to the game's best players all season long with game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat today. It's your #1 app for live baseball.
So here's Taylor Motter to face Alcantara. Raul Alcantara's yet to get anybody out. This is the 5th batter that he's facing.
I think Kurt Young said, hey, how many pitches do you think you have in you?
Because we're going to use every last one of them.
And since it's a home game, you have to pitch the 9th.
That's right. Well, it becomes a little bit of a shell game. You don't want to use any other relievers today, even though you have an off day tomorrow.
Yeah. But I think ideally you look at the off day tomorrow as being, yes, an extra day for the relievers, extra day for the starters.
But you got 3 games coming up against the Angels and then 3 against Houston. I don't care what month of the year it is. You play division games. It's very, very important. So have the bullpen fully rested. Missed again, 2-1. Daniel Colon went an inning and a third. No hits, no runs. He did walk a couple. Alonso going back. Lowry doesn't really see it, and Alonso, not an easy play. You aren't looking right up into that sunshine as you saw Lowry. I don't think Jed saw it.
Yeah, I agree.
And Olsen obviously was not going to get it.
No, he had too far to run. So it was Alonso and made a good play, which not surprised. Jed said, don't see it, help. And Alonso doesn't even have glasses. Oh, no, he has the flip down. Didn't need them.
He's got your flip down.
Yeah, the flips are great. Great ones.
One away for Heredia.
That's the old style. It's so unusual to see those flip down sunglasses. See the little edge to the side. You just tap it. It goes straight down. Ideally, you pick up the ball first, flip the glasses down, and use the glasses. And they supposedly have the best UV protection and to be able to see into the sun better than any glasses made. But you don't see many of them anymore.
Well, it used to be everybody wore those.
That's right. It was the technique of being able to wear those and wraparounds.
Yeah, that's become probably more of the norm. What Healy has on.
That's a good
Players
thing.
may not admit it, Ray, but it could be a little bit of a style thing too.
Yeah, yeah. I think probably more so than. But in the case of Alonso, I mean, that's perfect. You don't need sunglasses for looking at the pitcher throw to the hitter. If the ball goes up, you need them. So really, you're covering both areas by having the flip downs, because definitely then with this sun, the tough sun.
Two and two the count. Heredia is 0 for 2 with a walk. He slices this one toward right center. Olsen goes into a dive, and did he catch it? He did. And he's going to throw back to first, and that's going to be a double play. Vogelbach says no, I don't think he caught it.
Yeah, they're.
And let's see. Jed Lowry is actually kind of staying out at second base as well. Well, that's a tough call.
That's a very tough call because he had it in the edge of the glove. That's a catch. Some great shots, guys. That's a catch because it hit his glove and popped up. And with the 9-0 lead, they're going to say, let's go.
So it's a double play, and the A's will take it. 7th inning stretch coming up. 9-0 Seattle lead.
The 15,000 fans Saturday, May the 6th will receive a Bob Nubbin bobblehead upon entry to the ballpark. It's presented by Comerica Bank. The bobblehead includes a win counter. This is special. Haven't seen one of these before. As Bo Bell reports his 500 wins as manager of the Oakland A's. For tickets, visit athletics.com/promotions or call 877-493-BALL.
Bob Melvin with the A's has 472 career wins. I don't know how I know that.
Are you any good? Yeah. Are you any good? Yeah.
I'm a good manager. You think I'm a good manager? Yeah. There he is. 472 and counting. Joe McCarthy, our stage manager, will keep a close eye on the wins total. He'll take that Bob Melvin bobblehead home with him. Hold on to it. Put it in the front seat. Use the carpool lane.
He probably will. That's a good one, Kate.
I got Bob Melvin with me, man. Gonna pull me over. Healy, Alonso, and Plouffe. He's trailing 9-0. Bottom of the 7th. So all Mariners today.
I bet Joe would put a headset on the skipper too.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be cool. Or lit.
Same thing.
Is it?
2-1 to Healy, who has struck out and singled. Giovanni Gallardo in charge today. 7 strikeouts through 6 innings. And that one right at the knees, first strike.
I think a lot of A's hitters are learning something about Major League Baseball pitching, and especially with Gallardo, is that while you get the count in your favor, it doesn't mean you're going to get a fastball. And if the one thing about Gallardo all day has been, when he falls behind, he has had the ability to throw strikes with his secondary pitches. Flirts with a fastball. This would be telltale sign right here. 9-0 lead, 3-2 count with Alonso waiting. Was Ryan Healy to get something other than a fastball?
I don't know. I do not know.
I don't either.
And he belts it to center. Dyson hustling back. Dyson near the wall. And it bangs off the wall. Dyson grabs it on one hop. And Healy has a double.
Well, it was 89. And
had a little wrinkle to it, though.
Yeah. It's not his fastball. Fastball more 93, 94. So he took a little bit off, maybe a two-seamer. But good swing by Ryan Healy, giving him 2 hits for the afternoon.
So Healy aboard, and Yonder Alonso. 6 doubles for Healy. These are 3rd in the league in doubles this year. They're 3rd in the league in home runs hit. Alonso looking for his first hit. That's just the 3rd hit for the A's. Gallardo about to make pitch number 100. Swing and a miss. White Sox beat the Indians today 6-2. That breaks the Indians' 5-game winning streak, and the White Sox avoid being swept. When Zick, right-hander, starts to throw. White Sox finally got some runs. They had been shut out 2 consecutive games by Cleveland. So the Indians now 10-8 after their loss. They got the win for the White Sox. Derek Holland.
Wow.
Signed as a free agent, leaving Texas and signing with the White Sox, and he pitched 6 good innings today. If he could stay healthy, he's a pretty good pitcher. Could not stay healthy with Texas. Alonso hits a high pop-up. Looking up. Left fielder comes in. That's Heredia. Freeman was over there, but he was wrestling with it, and Heredia ends up making the catch. Good look at the view level. Just above us and to our right a little bit. Tarps are gone, folks, and they're not coming back.
And you give it a good chance to see just how big Mount Davis really is with that shot.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, because Mount Davis is much higher than the upper deck of the view level. And how that changed everything. Wow.
Frankie, our cameraman, working hard. The attendance today, 24,165, so a decent crowd. Some of those folks are up in the view level, $15 tickets.
'50th season in Oakland in this Coliseum. With that Yankee fan, it must be his little league team.
I think you should sit down one day and get a calculator out and figure out how many games you have either played in or announced here in this ballpark. I mean, you figure you played here for 3-4 years.
Yes, yeah. Played against them.
So you've been announcing for over what, 25,
31.
Holy smokes! Thousands of games you've seen in this ballpark. Lots of good ones.
Yes.
Every once in a while, a stinker, but that's the way it is.
Tell you, if you can go 162 without a sinker, I mean, even in the great years, I remember people say, you never say anything good about the opposing teams. You always talk about the A's. I said, when you win 100 games, it's hard because that means you're only losing 62.
Got a lot to talk about.
And plus, never been one to not appreciate a good play or good pitching performance.
1-2 to Plouffe. It's blocked by Zunino, so the count even at 2-2.
And this time Zunino did not have somebody take a base when he blocked the ball. Did a good job, as he has throughout the series, of blocking the ball. His godfather did not bang on the window. I don't know if Gary Hughes is still over or not, but just to let us know that
he's on his way. He's on his way.
He's looking at the Boston stats since he's.
Wake up, Gary. Wake up.
Oh.
A cat nap for Gary Hughes there. You're supposed to be scouting.
He's got the great Mickey Morbido. Open the window.
Three and 2 to Trevor Plouffe. Ground out and strikeout for Plouffe. And there's a base hit to right field. Haniger charges it quickly, and Healy will stop at third. So the A's with a little something going here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, pitch cast this time. Gallardo again going with not necessarily the true fastball, but good location outside corner. And Trevor Plouffe with the ball to right field. Ryan Healy down 9 runs, could not take off immediately, not knowing where the second baseman was.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
is presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
So the A's trying to get on the board. They got first and third, one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And pitcher is a right-hander we're seeing for the first time in this series, Tony Zick. His 4th appearance. So he takes over for Giovanni Gallardo, who went 6 1/3. Pitched very well today. Just 4 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. So he has to feel pretty good about his chances to pick up his first win this year.
And that cheers for Zick, who he wants to try to prevent a run from scoring. That is his run at third base, but you never know. Get to the bullpen, Zick coming in because of the 9-0 lead. He's yet to pitch in the series, like you mentioned, but he's been with the Mariners, and that's a good sinker he just displayed. Throws hard.
Facing Matt Joyce. Joyce has walked and grounded out. And this one hit in the air, plenty deep as Healy gets set to tag up. Heredia a step in front of the warning track, grabs it. Healy comes in to score, and the A's are on the board. It's now 9-1. So give Matt Joyce his 6th RBI. Even though it's a lopsided game, you still like to see quality at bats, and at bats that produce something, and that's sacrifice fly. That's good at bat.
You know, that's a good point because it carries over. Because if you have that kind of a bat in a blowout, you can remember in a close game and what Matt Joyce did. And we talk about it when good hitters do not try to roll over, as you described the rollover very perfectly, and that is stay within the ball, go to the big part, and that way you eliminate rolling over, because the Mariners were playing for double play. They did not get it thanks to the sac fly by Matt Joyce.
Adam Rosales' 3rd at bat, a ground out and a line out. A slider for a strike. Zick, the pitcher, had surgery this past offseason. Right shoulder bicep tendon transfer surgery. Does that sound really serious?
I wouldn't want it.
I wouldn't want it either. But he's out there. That's
bicep tendon transfer? Never heard of that one.
Gets the strikeout. The A's get a run. And that, my friends, is Captain Jack Kelly, the organist today.
All right.
Enjoying some organ music. Captain
Xfinity
Jack
presents today's A's highlight. Xfinity X1, change the way you experience TV.
lead the Athletics. It is the 8th inning, and as we showed you going to break, that is Captain Jack Kelly, and he is doing a number today. We like the organist at the ballpark. I think it sounds great. So,
nice hat.
When your nickname's Captain, what do you do, Ray?
Wear a captain's hat.
Got it, babe. Captain Jack Kelly, nice job, Captain. So Chad Pinder. Chad Pinder in the game for Lowry at second base, and Chad will get the rest of the afternoon off. Interesting, the team flight to Anaheim will be tomorrow afternoon. Off day tomorrow, obviously. But a lot of the guys from Southern California, they're probably trying to get out of here tonight, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe we'll probably see a lot of families down in Anaheim with the off day tomorrow.
At Disneyland. Go on the off day. Don't be walking around all day on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
That's probably not a good idea.
No.
Wear some sunscreen.
Starting pitchers can do that.
Angels are here in town. Yeah. Just checking out the A's, and see that group will file their report with Mike Scioscia.
Especially the guy with the A's cap. The two guys.
So there will be fewer people on the A's charter tomorrow than normal. Close pitch, a little bit outside. So 1-2 the count to Mike Freeman. Close pitch, missed again, 2-2. Alcantara gave up the 3-run homer to Nelson Cruz in the 7th inning. Gave the Mariners their 7th, 8th, and 9th runs today.
You know, they said it was going to cool off a little bit today, and it has. And it sounds a little deceiving. If you're in the sun, I'm sure it's nice and warm, but a little breezy today, a little bit cooler than it's been.
Well, the flags in the right field are really whipping around. Another foul ball, just about the same spot.
I don't know that the home runs were aided by any wind, though.
No. But there's hot dog wrappers all over the place on the field, and that's usually a sign of it being very windy, because you don't see that here a lot.
Seagulls are upset because they see the empty wrappers.
They're going to have to wait it out. 3-2 the count. Zunino to follow, and then Dyson. See, they know somewhere. Those Seagulls have the A's schedule pinned up on a wall, and they know when we're going out on a road trip.
And you know, as much as the A's appreciate the view level, they don't like it, those Seagulls. They've taken away some of their perches.
Freeman is retired, so 1 out. Well, our next telecast will be Tuesday, game 1 of that series down in Anaheim, the A's and the Angels. It'll be Jesse Hahn and J.C. Ramirez, the pitching matchup, a couple of right-handers. It all starts at 6 p.m. with A's pregame live. Again, that's Tuesday night right here on NBC Sports California. Remember, you can also stream the A's on the go with NBCSportsCalifornia.com and the NBC Sports app. Zunino pops it up. Pinder and Alonso looking up into the bright sunshine, and Pinder stays with it and makes the catch. So Zunino is 1 for 4. That's 2 outs. And now to the top of the order, Gerard Dyson. So Jesse Hahn in the middle, he'll start. Sonny Gray getting close. Sonny Gray, as we mentioned earlier, will pitch again on Thursday for AAA Nashville. He'll get to 75 pitches, and at that point, if he feels good, he will climb back into the A's rotation.
Well, his next start after 75, and that one would be progressing up to 95 or 90-95.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so it would be Tuesday, possibly in Minnesota. We'll see.
Well, he had a great game there last year. Ever in Santana, though, had a better game. I think it was a 1-0 shutout. Sonny pitched very well. Santana exceptionally well. So we shall see what the the brass decides to do.
Dyson, a line drive. Joyce came in. Now he's got to hustle back. He does, and he makes the catch. Good inning for Raul Alcantara. Bottom of the 8th coming up. 9-1. The M's lead.
This summary is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, and it has been one-sided this afternoon. Yavani Gallardo looking for his first career win against the Athletics. 108 pitches. Of course, Taylor Motte's first career grand slam. Nelson Cruz a 3-run shot. Andrew Triggs had not given up an earned run in his first 3 starts. Yet today, 6 earned runs. And Ryan Healy a couple of hits, including a double and a run score. Matt Joyce with a sac fly. But 9-7-0 for the Mariners as they're avoiding or trying to avoid a 4-game sweep. The Athletics won 4-0. So Andrew Triggs, a tough outing for him. And the grand slam by Taylor Motter made it a 6-0 game versus 2-0 after a strikeout previous batter. So our former Athletic, Mark Shipczynski, on to pitch for the Mariners. His first appearance of the weekend.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and brake expert. So Shipczynski in. And he'll face Olson, Decker, and Pinder. Shipczynski, of course, with the A's, and the A's traded him on the 25th of August last year to Washington, where he finished the season with the Nationals, and then he was a free agent, and he got a very nice 2-year deal with the Mariners. 2 years, $11 million.
That's good.
That's a pretty good deal. Shipczynski's been around a long time. Blue Jays, Cardinals, Indians. Olson is retired.
Of course, the one you're going to remember is the intentional walk to Adrian Beltre in the 9th inning.
That's right.
And then he hit Root Neto toward with the first pitch. Game over.
I do remember that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we all remember it, but it was one that
Bueller.
stood out because Beltre had done so well against the Athletics as he continues. Ricky Henderson Field. Ricky in town this week. He'll be back when the A's return from their next 9-game road trip. So Mickey's happy with this 3-city trip.
Well, yeah, he would like more. Mickey Morabito, the director of team travel. He's a big advocate of the 3-city trip.
And what did you say? There are only 2 this year?
2, yeah. And this is one. So you may think, well, why would you want a 3-city trip? But if you're out, if you're heading to the East Coast, go to 3 cities. Yeah. And that's the feeling I think of most people.
It's like the great Ron Washington said, if you're home, you're home, and you're on the road, you're out.
You are out. You're not going home.
Reggie Jackson. That's 3 championships in the 70s. Ricky Henderson, the all-time stolen base. Reggie, Mr. October. Put a bat in his hand, and he'll come through. Those 2 numbers retired. 9 here, as we mentioned. 44 in New York for Reginald Martinez.
A little delayed call by Tom Hallion. I think it had been a while since he rang somebody up, and Decker was his choice.
Why me?
So that's 9 strikeouts by his hitters today. So 2 quick outs for Mark Zibzinski. It's over in Anaheim. The Blue Jays beat the Angels 6-2. So the Angels had a lead in that game late, but the Blue Jays scored 6 runs in the final 2 innings and won the game.
Well, if you mentioned, as you said earlier, Bedrosian, the closer's on the DL. And who else? Richards on the 60
day. So
that little strain turned out to be more serious than they thought. And Houston Street is already on the DL. So Andrew Bailey, it's going to be 1 of 3. Bailey, Pedroia, or Street. And that looks like it's down to Beetle.
And that, again, as we mentioned earlier, the Jays and the Angels will play tomorrow night at the big game.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm not going to go to that game tomorrow night. I'm not. Pinder strikes out. Good inning for Zibzinski, and we're on to the 9th. Black Bear Diner is scheduled for Sunday, May 7th. The event features a pregame festival, an on-field parade for uniformed players and coaches, and a cool giveaway item. To purchase a special ticket for one of our Little League days, or for discounts on groups of 25 or more, visit athletics.com/Little League or call 510-638-GO-A's. That's coming up on Sunday, May 7th. First Little League day today, what was today, and they're hanging around, having a ball.
Remember to come out on the Saturday, the 6th, because that's the Bob Melvin bobblehead.
That's a fair ball. Haniger hits one right over the bag, and Haniger is going to have a double. So he's had a very good game today. He's 3 for 3 with a walk and a sacrifice.
And Alcantara trying to get the 3rd inning in, like you mentioned, and gave him a fastball down the middle of the plate. Pretty good pitch to hit. Haniger did not miss it. Having a good day. Those things happen.
And for Haniger, that's his 7th double of the year. Tied for second most in the American League. Five for 15 in this series. So it's our first look at Mitch Haniger, who's off to a great start, and we've been impressed. Robinson Cano, we've seen him before. He's 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Robinson Cano, this is his 13th year already in the big leagues. Joyce comes in, still coming in, and he makes the catch. So 13th year in the big leagues for Cano, and among active players, he has the 6th most hits, 2,231.
Looks like Adrian Gonzalez and Victor Martinez to get to the 2,000 this year.
Number 23,
Jose Reyes.
Nelson Cruz.
And you have 10 guys with 2,000 plus, and they each are, of course, over 3.
Former Athletic Matt Holliday just went over the 2,000 hit mark. Of course, Holliday now with the Yankees. Cruz had a big rip, fouled it back.
But it's interesting, the picture of Matt Holliday in spring training, where it said the only club that is a no trade, the one club he will not be traded to, is the Oakland A's.
Right.
He's been here, done that, and this park came from Colorado. I thought it was interesting because he hit a ball to right field and he thought, well, there's a home run, not Coors Field, and did make the warning track. But he's a good player. Had some great years with the Cardinals, and the Yankees picked him up. Chris Carter, Matt Holliday, a couple of power hitters they picked up.
1-1 the count to Cruz. 3-run homer in the 7th inning for Nelson Cruz. And he went around, I believe, yes, 1-2. This is what he did after Haniger walked and Cano singled.
And you can see how strong he is. That fastball was up, got the head of the bat through it, and very quickly into the second deck in left field, or the bleachers in left field above the scoreboard.
This one hit high and foul to our right. That home run by Cruz in his career, number 287. So he'll get to 300 career home runs at some point this year.
Originally with the Athletics. That's amazing how he was not the player he is now when he's with the A's.
No, that was a long time ago.
Very long. He's been around a long time.
He's got a long list of career transactions. But he was originally with the Mets. That's who signed him. And then in 2000, he was acquired by Oakland in exchange for Jorge Velandia. Jorge Velandia went to the Mets. But then 4 years later, he was traded from the A's to the Milwaukee Brewers. So he never got to the big leagues. The closest he got, Ray, was Sacramento in 2004. But he did get to the big leagues the next year with the Brewers. Keith Ginter.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah. And he was an out away being a world champion with the Texas Rangers against the St. Louis Cardinals. David Freese with the fly ball over his head. David Freese with a solo home run to center field with a walk-off.
That's fair. Hooked it down the left field line past a diving Healy. Haniger's going to score. Cruz is going to have a double and another RBI. So he has a 5 RBI game, and it's 10-1.
Well, you try to go off speed, which Alcantara did. Past the diving Healy. Down in the corner. When it seems when a player has a good day against the A's this year, it's one player with a lot of runs batted in.
That's right. We've seen Mazzara with what, 6?
Yep.
Gallo had 5, didn't he?
Yeah. In that Sunday game.
Cruz with 5 today. Here's Vogelbach, who is 0 for 3 with a walk. So 10 runs on 9 hits today for the Mariners. They scored a total of 10 runs in their first 3 games in this series. Missed again, 2-0.
Stephen Vogt has caught a lot of pitches today.
Yes, he has.
Pitching coach Kurt Young goes out and he looks straight to Stephen Vogt and said, how's he throwing? You've caught a lot of them. And that's been the kind of day for catcher Stephen Vogt. How many balls put in play? Not a lot today.
Healy hustling over, so is Vogt. And Healy slips and Vogt cannot quite get it. Healy went down hard right on the warning track in front of the A's dugout. Nothing else, he got his uniform dirty.
Cliffy get it clean. Slip, left foot gave out from under. Fortunately, as it rolled, he didn't seriously bother him. Stephen Vogt hustling over as the ball came back towards the playing field, which it usually does. Neither one had a chance, though, especially after Healy's slid on his left ankle or his foot.
High fastball, hit high and foul. So 2-2 the count. A little beat up. That one's in the dirt, and now it's 3-2. Vogelbach stands a long ways from the plate, but it's like he kind of dives into the ball a little bit. That one hit just foul as Alonso grabbed it. First base umpire Phil Cuzzy said foul ball. Everything is final in the American League. The Red Sox beat the Orioles 6-2. They avoid being swept by the Orioles. Breaks a 5-game winning streak by Baltimore. The Orioles still off to a great start at 12-5. Under the glove of Alcantara, and it's going to get into center field for a base hit. Cruz is going to score easily, and it's 11-1. Ball was not hit very hard, but it just found the right spot.
It is amazing. You see the Gold Glove winners and how they feel their position, and Alcantara falling that side to the left side, reached down and just did not reach down far enough, and with the middle infielders kind of shading the pull a little bit, ends up being an RBI base hit.
Number 21, Taylor.
It's by 2 guys, Greg Maddux and Jim Cott, won 16 Gold Gloves as a pitcher.
So here's Taylor Motter. Alonso hustling over, and it's going to be first row of the seats. First career RBI for Daniel Vogelbach. He'll take it. He doesn't care what the score is. Down and away. Watch this. Gentleman with the beer in his hand. Oh
gosh. The guy, the guy in front of him. Wow. Wow, the guy in front of him hit hard, didn't he? Those seats are hard, too.
Joyce hustling back. That's over his head. Bangs off the top of the wall. We'll go back to third. And Taylor Motter, another hard hit ball. He's got a double. Alcantara not fooling anybody in this inning. That's 3 doubles and a single in this inning alone.
Well, the ball stayed in the park, but off the wall quickly and back in by Joyce. That is Kurt Young as Frankie Montas gets loose.
So Kurt will give Montas a little time to get loose.
61 pitches. Wow. This is 2 2/3 innings. 2 1/3 innings.
He's given up 6 hits. And 5 runs so far. Not a fun spot to be in if you're a pitcher.
Number 5, Guillermo Heredia.
So here's Guillermo Heredia. Heredia does not have a hit today. He did walk in the 6th inning. And if you're a hitter, Ray, this is when you pad your stats a little bit.
Have to, yeah.
Nobody's going to hold that against you. Hit high and foul, headed for the seats.
Yeah, you're right, Kev. That's the great thing about the game of baseball. As long as you don't have base runners running, stealing bases, nobody ever tells you to make out, not drive in runs or try to hit the ball. No 24-second clock.
Nothing. No.
Should be on pitchers. David Feldman pulled out the rule book because I thought there was always a 12-second time limit for a pitcher without a runner on base, and of course the 20-second rule has come up, but he confirmed it is 12. But pitchers take a lot longer than 12 seconds. I mean, Darvish was taking 30 or 40 seconds between pitches in Texas with nobody on base.
Close pitch, 2-2. Yeah, that's not going to get reinforced. It's just,
no, it's not.
It's just not.
No, they're not going to enforce it. They never have, and I don't even know why it's there. But if there's nobody on base, there's no reason for the pitcher to walk around, the hitter to step out and get it and go.
2-2 to Heredia. Another foul ball. I'm sure Bob Melvin, the last thing he wants to do is have to bring in another reliever or even get anybody up, and Montas is up. But sometimes you just have to do it.
The good thing about Alcantara, he was a starter and still is a starter, so pitch count is really not necessarily a big issue, although you're approaching 70 and it's just 2 1/3 innings. That's the issue.
And not a great ball strike ratio. Olson hustling in. Olson grabs it. And Vogelbach is not going anywhere, so Heredia cannot get the run home. So 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. And that'll bring up Mike Freeman. Freeman looking for his first hit, a ground out, a strikeout, a walk, and another ground out. Freeman playing third base in place of Kyle Seager for the 2nd day in a row. High fastball off the backstop. Tigers beat the Twins today 13-4 in Minnesota.
Any game they can win without Miguel Cabrera has to be a bonus for them.
Question.
With him going on the disabled list.
So they're now 10-8.
Well, I think you said it best. The number of guys on the DL keeps growing rapidly.
Tulowitzki just went on the disabled.
Oh my gosh, really? Huh.
So Decker grabs it, and it's been a tough day for the Athletics as the Mariners get 2 more runs on 4 hits. So as we head to the bottom of the 9th, it's 11-1 Seattle.
Is brought to you by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon. By Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By AAA, what does your insurance do when it's not doing insurance? It should do more. Go to AAA.com for more details. And by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica.
So all Mariners today as they're trying to salvage the final game of this 4-game series. 11-1 Mariners over the Athletics. These will open up a 9-game road trip on Tuesday in Anaheim. For the Mariners, they will be off tomorrow and continue on their road trip off to Detroit. As Evan Scribner comes in. 7th appearance for Scribner as he's trying to get the final 3 outs for the Mariners. First pitch to Stephen Vogt is a strike. Stephen Vogt singled way back in the 1st inning. Since then he has grounded out and he has lined out.
And that probably hurt the A's because that was a fastball. He got a base hit. After that guy already said, enough of those fastballs. I'm going to go off speed.
Already got a good jump and he tracks that one down. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Coming up at the conclusion of our game, A's Post Game Live. It's presented by State Farm. So keep it right here on NBC Sports California for A's Post Game Live. As Ryan Healy steps up. Healy, one of the few A's hitters that's had a good day at the plate. He has singled and doubled and scored a run. 2 for 3. A's have just 4 hits. Mariners, it's been Gallardo for 6 1/3. Zick for 2/3. Zabzinski 1 inning, a good 8th inning, and now Scribner here in the 9th. maybe one of the more breezy days we've seen at this ballpark in a while, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Over Scribner's head. Cano quickly to first, and it's a pretty nice play by Robinson Cano, but he has such quick hands.
That's the key.
The transfer from glove to hand is so quick.
Yeah, that's the biggest key. He turns double plays, and this is like turning a double play. Same motion, brings the glove up to his right hand, gets rid of the ball, and gets Ryan Heaney, who's trying to get his third hit of the day, gets him by a half step.
So 2 outs, and it's up to Yonder Alonso. First pitch to Alonso, a little bit outside.
I think Chip Hill wants to win every game. Look at him at third base. He doesn't like this.
He's so hacked off.
He liked the last 5 games where the A's won all 5. He's at third. I mean, Chip, he would be ecstatic. 162-0. I think he'd be happy.
A's will be back home Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. They will host the Detroit Tigers. So
oh, wow.
Next time we'll be back here.
Take you some food down there.
She's got to get out of there. You use the umbrella for sunshine, give you a little shade. You use it for rain to keep the rain off you.
And the birds may perch on it.
Right now, she's using it for the right thing. That one is belted left center field. That's hit well, and that one's off the top of the wall. Alonso will hustle to second, and he'll have a double. Yonder Alonso did not miss a home run by much. That hit high off the big wall out there in left center field.
Well, it says a lot about his opposite field power. And, you know, you never know with the wind, the currents in the outfield. I think he thought he got enough to get it out. And then had to really bust it from first to second as it did hit off the wall and came back quickly to Dyson in center. I still say these same Seagulls will be in San Francisco the first of the week.
Oh, no question. It's the same group.
Yeah. You got to tag them.
We could send our friends over their notes.
Or they can be lit. What is that? Was that what the young man said?
It's just being cool. You're lit, Ray. 0-2 to Trevor Plouffe. Seagulls are not lit. They are not.
And if they don't come in this booth, they'll be lit. But just don't fly. That's the concern. Didn't you say you had some visitors next to your spot in the booth when you came back?
Yeah, we had birds in our booth, which we don't need that. He's a young little leaguer. When Angela interviewed him earlier today, he was asked about going out on the field for the national anthem and standing next to Adam Rosales and meeting Rosie, and he said it was lit. Meaning it was pretty cool. Sliced foul.
Is that in Webster's dictionary? Lit?
No, it is not.
Urban Dictionary.
Scribner kicks and deals, and that one, a breaking ball off the plate. Trevor Plouffe had a base hit in the 7th inning. One of the 5 hits for the A's, and that one bends him back out of the way, almost hit him.
The fastball in. First the cutter, the curveball thrown by Evan Scribner, 2 of his better pitches. Fastball just to at least show the spot on the inside part of the plate. Uncle Charlie.
A big curve, and it hung a little bit. Plouffe waited on it. Lined it foul. Watch the bullpen. See, those are big leaguers. They were not worried. They knew exactly where the ball was going to hit.
Or they were deep in conversation and didn't see it.
That's a strike 3 on the outside corner, and that's the ball game. So today it's all Mariners as they defeat the A's 11-1. Time of game was 3 hours and 10 minutes in front of 24,165 fans. So the homestand is over, and the A's finished the homestand with a 5-4 record. 11-1 is your final. Mariners over the Athletics today. You've been watching A's baseball on NBC Sports California. A's postgame live presented by State Farm starts right now.